Well, I suppose I'm back. Full honesty, not after the post with where am I? Oh, not far after the post of playing Vigor. Just, ranting and talking about Vigor. I was talking a lot about DayZ while playing that, just talking. And you know what? I thought, why not? Just play some DayZ. Talk some little more. Talking is nice, you know. Talking is nice. So I figured, why not just talk a little more? Today can just be a day of talking. I got a dinner date with a partner later tonight, so I got time to burn. I don't know. Oh, I mean, I rewatched the recording of Vigor with my voice over it, and it seems to be decent. I don't know how it will with the, how it will be upon upload, especially such a big video. I hope it's nice, but I figured, why don't we just talk and play some more? Oh, that's what's wrong with it. I'd have the eye patch on. Um, yeah, it's been a bit since I played DayZ. I'm probably gonna die very shortly because just for the sole reason, the fact that I'm just bad at it. I am just bad at the game. You will not see me doing crazy stuff like Vigor you see me doing here. I linger about in the forest. I pick up scraps. And that is it. This is going to be solely a talking video. Probably helps if I keep talking. Well, I mean, as much as I love to ramble on, I suppose, this rain is so loud. I'm playing with a headset on right now, and in full honesty, I can barely hear myself talk. Like, barely. Just the rain and just the sheer audio of all that's going on around me. That tree creaking, like, drowning out my own thoughts. What was that? Oh, stick. But back to talking, because we love talking. I love talking. I can sit down and talk someone to death. Like, it's insane. I just love talking. And I'm a very annoying person too. I love to be annoying. Hot take possibly, but being annoying, quite funny. You know? I like, I like being an asshat sometimes. It's pretty funny. Especially when the other people involved, they think it's funny too. You know, that kind of humor. But we're just gonna be playing some DayZ. If you couldn't tell already. I don't know where I'm going. The kind of the drastic difference between going from a game with a map that tells you where you are to this. I'm already soaked. I know I'm on a nature trail, and because I'm so high up, I'm gonna be able to see my surroundings. Oh, another thing about what I love about DayZ, and the reason why I talk about it so much, is just the amount of mechanics in it. You know, some of them aren't deep. You know, they made recent changes to the game, like updates and whatnot. Let's take a moment to see what's in my inventory real quick. But they did take time to update it, as they always do, and they uh, they added a bunch of stuff, i.e., an example, you know, the blowtorch, this thing, that looks like what a furry would use to carry for self-defense. Something I would, that, you know what then, you know what, mm, explains a lot for it being in my backpack. Uh, let's see here. I ain't seeing anything. Is that a road? Oh no, it's a trailer. But that is a trail. Trails lead to places. Those nature... If I'm correct, we're near. It's either Devil's Castle or Apor, if that's a castle. Apor is the name. I know the castle. Long sentence short, I know what castle it is. Pretty sure. If I look out this direction, I'm pretty sure Krasnostav is that way. And I'm pretty sure that large clearing there is the airfield. I'm sure. There's usually a base. I'm playing on a single-person restricted server, unofficial. I talked about it when I was playing Vigor. How third person can really be cheesed and make, you know, fighting more or less. What's the word for it? It's just, I don't want to use the word cringe because I use it and that would make me cringe, but I have absolutely no fear or, you know, problem with being cringe. We're all cringe at some point. You know, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna use the word. It's just cringe because, even if it labels me as cringe, it's just cringe. You know, having a direct line of sight is how survival games or even looter shooters probably should take it. I hate to keep sounding like a broken record player, but like Escape from Tarkov, you know, is for first person. Even though in DayZ you can turn around and look all the way around like that, especially even while you're walking, which is pretty cool. Like, that's just cool. I've seen people play it, and apparently you can't do that. Apparently your guy's got like arthritis in the neck. You can only do that. But I guess that game's more or less about the gunsmithing and how armor and stuff works like that. This is more survival. But let's see what's in here. Is that a hat? Are we gonna get ourselves a hat? We're gonna get ourselves a hat. I picked it up in my inventory because mechanic controls are different. There we go. We got ourselves a hat. We now have a hat. I know, exciting, riveting news to hear that we have a hat now. I hope this is loaded with buckshot. I got slugs and buckshot. One thing I do hate about the shotguns in DayZ, unless it's the ones, the Viga, the one that is the magazine, you can't really control what shells are put in if you just reload by holding triangle. I'm pretty sure it's holding triangle to reload. We'll find out in a minute if I get into fighting, or have to fight a bear or whatever, or a pack of wolves. Trial by fire, I suppose, is the best way to learn. But it doesn't really, there's no real way to control what your guy puts into like what shells he puts in. Because he can put in I think it prioritizes slugs over buckshot. So if you have, like, majority buckshot in your inventory and you love using buckshot, but you have, like, a single slug, it's just gonna put a slug in and then buckshot. But at least that's how it was the last time I played. But that was many a month ago. I might just take it off, because I like seeing, as cool as it is, and as new it is, as I always like using new stuff. I don't know why I put it on. Oh. I keep forgetting that there's... I just forgot that there's zombies in the game, not just people. You know, there's those things running about. I'm pretty sure the rain quiets my footsteps too. Ooh. We need that. That's important. If it's red, oh well, but if it's the normal LED one, that's pretty cool. What do we have for a melee weapon? Farming hoe. Oh god. We're farming out here, boys. It looks like someone already took the rounds through here. Yeah. Yeah, someone was through here. I don't know if it... I hope it's not recently, because if so, that means they're still around. And I don't really know if I want to deal with that. We'll have to see, I suppose. Is that a new zombie type? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen the zombie with that uniform on before. It looks like a firefighter's uniform. Or, no, they're both here. That might be a paramedic. I don't think I've seen a black and yellow paramedic before. Maybe we can hit up the police station. I hope this place doesn't get gassed while I'm here. That's a thing. Gas zones. They were there when I last played. I don't remember how to fight. I'm pretty sure they also added new backstab things, like stealth kills with knives. Hopefully you can do it with machetes. Ooh. That is a beautiful tool to have. Lockpick. If you find a lockpick, that can be your savior at times. I don't like how all these are. Come on, open. Yeah, I just don't like closed doors because it means someone... It might mean someone's there. Maybe we can hit up the police station. Oh yeah, walking on concrete makes you louder. I forgot that. I don't know how much I'll play this. You know, talking and rambling and just commentary. I don't know, I find it enjoyable. You know? Although, I am at fault of being the most broken record player possibly on the YouTubes. Doing it is fun. Just knowing someone's looking at this and possibly saying, hey, you know, your content kind of mid, but good on you. You know, just the thought of that, you know, pretty nice. Just, you know, entertaining someone. They could be looking at me like, dude, you're doing 1,000,001 things wrong. Like, you are the worst DayZ player I have ever seen, or like even the worst Vigor player, or even whatever game I play in the future. Like, I'm not good. I'm not good at all. I'm notorious at being bad at video games. But like, as long as I can like hold their attention and just like, you know, provide a little bit of amusement, you know, I call that a win. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just, you know, cool to do. That's a base. I just realized that. Hopefully they're not home right now. That's a base. This is the whole beginnings of a base. Not good. There's no reticle. I'm pretty sure there's no reticle to begin with. No one here. Nothing? Okay. That scares me. Because you have to be actually insane to build a base unofficial or just a part of a big group. And the thing about big groups is that one or two of them can be online. And two is a bigger number than one. And I am just one. One dude. One little man. I'm just a little guy. I am just a little guy on his own. And if I have to fight two semi-geared guys, like I am not equipped at all to fight. Maybe to deal with like some wolves or something. But am I ready to fight another person? No, unless I get the drop on him. And if so, then yeah, okay, yeah, I'll take that fight. Don't know how far I can take the walking around like this. Oh, one of them heard me. You heard nothing. Go away. You heard nothing. Our hunger, or calorie. For the longest time, I thought that was just a normal hunger bar. No, apparently it's a calorie intake meter, like calories, like energy and whatnot. Which would make more sense for a more, you know, survival-based game. But while we're here, munching on mackerel of all things, we are going to talk about disgusting eating habits. Like I mentioned before, pickles with extra table salt on them. Thinking about going and get a few right now. And sardines. I am a big lover of fish, seafood, all things that comes out of the water. Trout, mackerel, cod, salmon, tilapia. I think I've had bass before. I think. I could be wrong. Sardines. I want to try anchovies. That just made my stomach drop. Not gonna lie. Talking about food, I no longer want to eat. I need a new pair of pants. I really hope you didn't hear me. And if you did, go away. Anyway, but yeah, so seafood. Love seafood. It's one of the best things mankind has ever discovered. You wanna know why? Because that means I get to go to a Red Lobster once a year. And that right there, that's nice. That is pretty nice. You know, I'm kind of curious. How much would it hurt to get hit by one of these, like a garden hoe? Because that's just a metal head. This thing's practically an axe. If you were to turn the blade sideways, you and like sharpen it, you would have an axe. A pretty dumb looking and pretty probably not too functional axe, but you would have an axe, a weapon of a sort, and that's enough. Crouch walking in this game is actually stealthy. I'm just so fearful of, like, running into somebody. What was that? What did I just see? Through the wall, maybe? Possibly? Oh, players. Yeah, players. Base building in this game is simultaneously fun and challenging, because if you don't find any of the parts necessary to do it, you're not getting anywhere. But if you have it all, and you just have time, you can build a massive base that would take someone hours to get into. Now, what I don't like about this already is the fact that it has already been looted. I don't imagine I'll find anything of value. Well, I mean, actually, that vest is a good find, because then I can just get rid of the hunter jacket. And can I repair this up with? I have nothing to repair it with. I'll just put this in there and that in there. Okay. If I get shot once, it will save me temporarily. I will be okay for one bullet. Because I've had a friend who's got shot by a Mosin 7.62 by 54R in the game, and he was wearing a stab vest, and it took him down right low. Of course, he was knocked out, but he didn't die. He simply got knocked out. His stab vest was ruined, and why is it so hard to find words all of a sudden? Yeah, his stab vest was ruined. He wasn't doing too well, but he lived. And that's something. Ooh, handcuffs. Handcuffs make for a good night. Hopefully dirty humor like that's allowed on YouTube. Otherwise, I might as well stop making videos effective immediately. Oh. I wanted to jump over the fence, but okay. Krasnostav is probably one of the last places I want to go, but there's a few military-esque checkpoints along the northern route I usually take when it comes to getting either to Tisy or Western Airfield. I think it goes from spawning at Berezino, or the most northern spawn you can get in the game. I forget the name of the village, or the town, or whatever it's called. But if you spawn there, you... problem. That's damaged. This is badly damaged. It's damp. Someone was just here. That is no bueno. And they left 556. They just abandoned it. I'm effectively holding the equivalent of a sawed-off sport rifle. This thing's a target practice gun. Although it shoots 308. I'm pretty sure it does. This thing's practically a sawed-off Tundra. Not even sawed off, like a Bubba Tundra. I gotta turn off my light because I can't see anything with the thing reflecting into my eyes. Is that a flashlight? Oh, what, I saw red. That's just flowers. Okay. Back to the northern route thing I was talking about. Yeah, so, when you either spawn at Balota, you can go up to a bunch of, hunter cabins out that way. Come here, hit up the airfield, which we didn't do, then hit up the police station, go through this way, that leads to Severograd, I think it's called. The castle is optional, but not really a good thing to even bother going to because most of the time someone's built there. It's a pretty popular spot, mainly just because it's so vertical, and it offers quite a little bit of space if you want to just put chests there. But through this way, there's a military checkpoint with a few tents, and then that leads to Severograd, which you can optionally go up to Kamensk and back down. Kamensk is not worth it half the time unless an AK-74 or even an AK-74U spawns. I know AKMs no longer spawn normally anymore. I think they're a gas item now. They require a buff cloud to appear. You gotta get high to see the AK. But you can hit up a checkpoint, Severograd. Kamensk military base is optional, but if you do it and you get lucky and someone's not camping it, I'm pretty sure it gets gassed, so I'm pretty sure camping most spots now isn't really viable anymore unless you got that hazard stuff. Is that somebody? No, it's just a bush. God damn. That's what I figure. That's a noise. Just the ambient noises. The ambient noises and just how stuff renders. It's just, I hate it. Suffer a heart attack each time. We're already at 25 minutes. Damn. But back to the thing. Like, this is my third time returning to that. To the topic at hand. Of once you're at Severograd, you can then go up to Zaprutno, I think it's called. I could be wrong, but you could go to Zaprutno and then hit up that. There's a few barracks there. Then you go to we got ourselves an unidentified caller. Usually I'd answer those, but I'm not feeling it right now. I didn't recognize it. I'm not gonna bother. The voicemail's probably full. Funny thing about my voicemail, I made it years and years ago, so it's just little me, you know, little half pipe me talking into the phone, not knowing how it works, and it just sounds so ridiculous. Like, it's just funny. It's so old and so just not screechy, but kid. It's genuinely funny. It is. I'm kind of just wandering in the woods. I don't know where I am. We kind of just been talking. But yeah, and then once you get to Zaprutno or whatever, you just choose whether or not you want to go to the northern airfield or Tizzy. And usually when you get to that point, you just get shot because someone's camping it. But that's the whole northern route. You know, watching the grass disappear, starving to death, talking into a microphone, getting jump scared and startled by every little noise because I'm expecting to get shot at. Like just walking into a tree and bumping into somebody who has a ghillie suit. Which I've done before. I have walked into somebody who had a ghillie suit before and then got shot. Like that's just yeah. I mean, they were well hidden, to be honest. They were, props to them years ago. They were genuinely camouflaged in, and I had no clue. Avoid big fields. It is not good for your health, especially your cranium health. Heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, lower and upper intestines all will appreciate if you don't walk into fields in this game, because 762 by 39 all the way up to 308 win is not good for your health, especially your vital organs. Usually nobody's in here. This makes a good like resting stop if you want to log off or anything. But yeah, sometimes people just hide in these. I keep hitting up on the D-pad expecting to pull up a map. That's locked. That's not a good sign. Someone went and locked that. Someone was resting in here. Made either a little pit stop to reorganize their inventory or just, you know, awoke from an offline slumber. Yeah. I have the build up to a sneeze, but I really want to time it that way I don't have to... Oh, there we go. Hopefully the audio didn't pick that up. Hopefully I muted myself and that worked. God damn. Another topic at hand. Sneezing. Who likes to talk about sneezing? Because apparently I do. I don't like it. You know? Quite the popular opinion. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most people can agree with that. I just don't like sneezing. One, it can hurt sometimes. Two, even though you got that, like, post-sneeze clarity, it doesn't help you. It makes you feel like you just whipped your head to the side and gave yourself whiplash. My sneezes in particular, I wish they would just cease until my day's end, because I have particularly violent sneezes. Whoopee! Everyone hates sneezing, but like the unfortunate people that have to deal with an excessively violent sneeze, they're suffering whenever they get sick. Because when I sneeze, one time in high school, I think it was during either freshman or senior year. I know it's a bit of a jump, but I sneezed so hard I accidentally threw my face into the desk I was sitting in, and I hit my head, my forehead. Luckily, I didn't hit my nose. I've had issues with my nose before, or I've gotten headbutt before, and my nose, the bridge of my nose is just like it's ever so slightly, like to the side. It's only cosmetic though, thankfully, and yeah, yeah, sneezing's not good. Every time I sneeze, I run the risk of headbutting something and losing my nose. Because, with my luck, I would accidentally headbutt myself, like, headbutt a desk, or headbutt, like, a wall or something just leaning up against it. I just turn to sneeze and then headbutt the wall. And, I would just, you know, collapse there, knock myself out. I think that's Slovetliarsk. I could be wrong, but that's not what we're going for. That's another place. I think we absolutely missed the checkpoint we were supposed to hit. There's a little DayZ map thing I usually have on my phone, but I'm just not pulling it up right now. Because we are scriptless. You think I'm doing this little itty bitty hobby with a script? Ha, no. We are organic here. We are biologically functional. Anyway, sneezing. No one likes it. Hopefully it would stop. And to those sneezing right now, watching the video, my deepest condolences. We're right next to a castle. Well, this castle isn't really popular for a base or anything. Well, it's not really too popular, mainly because most of it ain't there. Yeah, it's just most of it's not there. Am I gonna go look at it? Yeah. Usually there's nobody in it. Yeah, there's no one in it this time. Oh, I mean, I suppose they'll make a decent base. You just gotta patch it up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this would make a good spot. have like to wall that off and wall this off and wall that over there. Well, you would actually wall this off, layer like build it up to the height, and then make those over there over yonder the actual entrances. That way you only have to put one gate in instead of multiple walls and a gate. Make it super easy. And it funnels people in. The thing about, well, I love medieval history. And, like, I'm pretty sure any of you watching would love to hear me talk about it. So, the thing about castles is that they were built with keeping people out, obviously, in mind, but they would often only delay the inevitable. Castles and forts, all throughout history, were not impenetrable. They were always doomed to fall due to a flaw or failure in some line of either build or just, you know, logistics, because castles, they don't usually carry, whatchamacallit, you know, years upon years worth of stuff in them. I mean, you can garrison people and you can keep them supplied, but people are people. They eat, you know, they sleep, they shit. You gotta take care of them. So it requires maintenance and it requires resources. And in order to, you know, keep it supplied, you gotta make sure it's not under siege. And that's where being under siege is. When you think of a siege, you might think of trebuchets, cannons, catapults, Roman catapults, but like you just, you know, people climbing ladders, swords, axes, maces, armor, people all over the place, going crazy. Most of the time, they just waited each other out. Yeah, very anticlimactic, I know. But that's history for you. Sometimes it's crazy, sometimes it's just there. I think there is... I don't know if it was Scottish or Irish, but there was one time where a guy, a lord was away from home. Those are rifles, and that's assaulting my eardrums. Just the bass to those gunshots. But like, you know, the guy was away from home. So his wife was there running the castle, and usually, wives of lords or, oh god, that just doesn't even sound right to listen to. I feel like I just should, that's probably why. Well, we'll finish our topic, and if we die, oh well. We made it this far. But we'll finish our topic. So like, she was running the castle, just making sure finances were up, and that's what women did back then. They ran the finances. They made sure that the servants and everything did their jobs. You know, not really enforcing rule with a whip or anything, just, you know, telling them what to do while the man was out fighting. And, yeah, but then the English came over to the castle and laid siege to it. They, initially started with an attack, I think, but when that failed, and the garrison was really small, just the guards and the servants and then the wife of the lord. But then the attacking English army was huge, but they couldn't attack. They couldn't attack the castle and take it, so they decided to wait them out. And I can't. For the love of God, I could never tell the whole story off the top of my head because I forgot who I watched to even learn about it, but it was quite interesting. But, I say a lot, and just because I'm just finding words. Not just because I don't want to talk or I'm just trying to prolong it. I just can't find words half the time. But back to the castle. So they laid siege to it, but every time the English failed, they would get taunted by the wife in some way, and it all came to the point where, The English were in the middle of winter. Everything was not going good for them. They were starving. They were low on manpower, but the castle still stood, and the wife would send bread and, warm food and clothes out to the English, just like as a taunt to them. And the whole reason why is because the castle was waterside. It had a ocean or river bound front to it, like it had a riverfront to it, and it was able to get supplies from the nearest village up north. And that all ties back around to the topic in the way that castles need outside maintenance. They need logistics. Same as a modern FOB or, a fort or like military base needs logistics. You know, there's very, 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 very few, um, military structures like that can be so proud to call themselves self-sufficient like that. Um, they need supplies. They need water, food, ammunition, and everything. And for the castle being under siege, it would later get manpower from an arriving army from the rebellion forces against the English, and they would drive the English away. So even though castles are good at keeping people out, and so such as other forts, they're not invulnerable. They have their weaknesses, and we just talked about them. And that's a ballistic vest. Score. Score, 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 score. What's its condition? That's fine. That is absolutely fine. I am A-okay with that. I think we'll end it when it becomes nighttime. Just because mainly DayZ at nighttime without a light source is just wandering in the dark. It's literally a black screen for the next hour and a half or longer. So but when nightfall, we'll end the video, the recording. I might play a little bit during the night and whatever, just play a little bit more. But I'll stop the recording around nighttime. Damn, I need to play this more often. I miss how, survival it needed to be. It's very hard to mess around on your own, though. It's always fun to mess around with other people. Like, having friends. That's why playing with friends is always nice. If you are lucky enough to have a good friend group, play with them. Like, seriously. Time is waning. Not to sound like a doomsayer or anything, but yeah. Time is waning. You got friends, play with them. You're only gonna have so long before they disappear. I learned that the hard way. Speaking about that, high school. After that was done, everyone disappeared. It just doesn't last, unfortunately. It sounds depressing to talk about, and it very much so is. But it just doesn't last. You will definitely, though, have those friends that will stick with you even after. Keep in contact if they move away, or even, I hope that's not a glow stick. It's not. It's just light reflecting off the glass. But, speaking about that, ooh, I'll take that. Speaking about that again, sorry. Friends, yeah, they're just not there. They won't be there forever. And even the best ones eventually tend to disappear into the masses of society and people. It's sad, it is rather sad. But it's truth, and people gotta, accept truth sometimes when it happens. And that's the easiest way to cope with it, is just learning about it, accepting it, realizing it's there, and dealing with it when it comes. If you lost a friend and you're watching this, my condolences. It sucks. I've lost friends even when I never had the misfortune of that mass loss of them to begin with. It sucks. Yeah, I can definitely feel with you on that. I don't know if that's just the zombies or that's a person outside. We are outside of a base after all. But yeah, yeah, losing friends sucks. And this as much as this is turning into a TED talk instead of playing a game and talking, just more of a TED talk. It's sometimes it's important to know these things, or even talk about them. It's therapeutic for me, I'm feeling pretty good talking about this. Hopefully other people, you enjoyed the experience I've just given you. But we're gonna end it here. We're gonna end it here. I might play a little bit more, but the recording is gonna stop here because no one just wants to look at a blank screen. Yeah. If anyone was watching, see ya.